Hello, everyone, my dear friends. Greetings for the day. People who know me know me. The people who don't know me, I would like to introduce myself and my company to you. I am Mandar Bhange. I'm a thespian. I do theatre. I have done several productions. Currently, my production is of William Shakespeare's Hamlet, which is in Marathi, my regional language. I own a theatre in the city of Kolhapur. It's in Maharashtra, India. So that's our regional language, wherein the thought of coming out with Marathi Hamlet stuck to my mind. Now, let me tell you the reason behind making this video. All my colleagues, my friends, colleagues from theatre, people from theatre, people from other theatre, people who are known and unknown to me, they had a question in mind that how come I could take the challenge of making of Hamlet or creating Hamlet or creating the production of Hamlet, and how the idea stuck to my mind. So I could not share my thoughts much with some people, but with some people, with the this thought came into my mind to share my experience, the evolution of Hamlet production with you. So to answer them under one roof, I took this opportunity of getting and doing this video for you all. So let me be very brief and specific in this first episode of introduction. I would just introduce myself. There will several episodes of the process of the story will follow henceforth, but I would like to make and remain short in each episode so that it doesn't get stretched. So I'll just brief myself. The thought, it came of course to do Hamlet or play the role of Hamlet rather than the production of Hamlet came from my childhood. Yes, I am basically an actor. It's in my blood. Always wanted to act, even if not on the stage. I do acting in my house wherever I could find time. When in the solidarity also, I take opportunity to act other actors, or perform their dialogues or perform my dialogues from somewhere which I've learned. So the story began from my childhood. I studied in a boarding school in a place called Panchgani. It's a hill station where I was put up. So in that school, we had a subject, of course, English, and we had literature also. So our English teacher, I still remember a lot, and I owe him this video, the introductory video, and who was a key person to induce that plan of making Hamlet. So I owe this video to you, sir. So it was my sir, Chauhan sir, who used to teach us English there. He was a fan of Shakespeare, and he had learned Shakespeare so much. So in the free time in the class, he used to always narrate us the stories, several stories, and specifically he used to narrate or do the storytelling of Shakespearean plays, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, and so on. Rather leaving aside his comedies, because he was much interested in these tragedies. So it all began there. When he narrated Hamlet, that was the pin to start, that was the trigger in my mind, trigger of the idea to, enact or act Hamlet someday. That time I just knew the story. But then I today realize so many themes are in there. And that time also I realized so many things, because the world was such that, all the themes always, revolved around you. The themes of romance, theme of love, tragedy, murder, betrayal, friendship, philosophical life, afterlife, death, all that, came across me like strings in front of my falling leaves in front of it was like falling leaves in front of my eyes that time. So it awakened me, and I thought of doing Hamlet someday in my life. Leaving aside the production, at least I was very keen on playing the role as an actor. So after that, I was so keen and so interested in, so curious about other themes in Hamlet, so many themes, the language, which I could not follow that time. But then I slowly learned, and then I slowly read so many books on Hamlet. I read the whole script of Hamlet. We had a library there, so I went there. I took the book of Hamlet, wherein it was an original verse of it. But I could not follow the language much. But then I knew the story, so I could understand somewhat. But then I took this opportunity to interact with my sir, Chavan sir, and every day after a couple of pages I used to go through, I used to again go back to him and ask about the meanings, ask about the themes, and what all goes in that that acts, those acts. There are 4 or 5 acts in that. So every act I used to ask him to explain. So that interested me so much, and then I thought, okay, yes, this is going to be a play for me, which I will be doing someday. And that idea evolved from there. It triggered, right? And since my childhood, I had an ambition of playing the role of Hamlet rather than the production. When the time came, I did not skip the opportunity. I invested. I started my own production house, and the first thing I did was my childhood dream of becoming Hamlet and playing. And the thing is, not only I played Hamlet, but I acted the lead as Hamlet. I directed the play, and I designed the lights for the play as well. And of course, I was involved in every department because it was my baby. So this is how the idea of Hamlet evolved in my mind, and ever since I pursued my dream. So for this today, in this episode, I think it's enough. I would rather take you to the further story connecting to this, than how the production began, and what preparations we did, and how we reached the script, and why we did it Marathi. So all that story will follow in the consecutive episodes, which I'll be putting up mostly every week, or I think after 3 days. So I'll keep you updated. Please, I request you to subscribe to my channel and share the videos, so that let the people get inspired, they get encouraged, and allow them to pursue their dreams with small stories of me, of getting into this production and pursuing my dream. So it will help all of them. So please keep sharing this video and knowing all about it. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.